services. So what we are discussing in this chapter, HSRP, PRRP, GLB, logging is already covered, SNMP and network. Gateway issue. So on the PC side, let's say in our topology, our gateway is 192.168.10.254. So you can see all the communication is going through. Right now you can see it's going through 192.168.10.254 from both the PCs. So if I trace route, he is going to 254. From here as well. Okay. You can see it always goes through this router, 254, 253. So even though there is another router as well for this machine, but the traffic is always goes through this. Now, let's say I go into this router. If I shut this down, okay. Now, see, my communication is not working. Okay. Because that interface goes down now. So if you have only one gateway configured and that gateway goes down, communication is. If I bring this interface up, you see it takes some time and the communication will. Okay. And keep in mind on the PC side, we can only configure one default gateway. So what is the solution? I need to get to a file server. File server is here. This is the machine. There are two routers existing. Both can route to this server. Both have the connectivity to this server. But most likely, if the default gateway is only configure one and that default gateway goes down, then the traffic cannot be rerouted. So the solution is you create a virtual router. And the virtual router is a common IP address between the two routers. So one router will be forwarding router or is active router, and the other one will be the standby router. Okay. So if the router goes down, then the traffic will be switched over itself from the other router and goes to the campus network. Standby set the recipient the joint the emulate the virtual router. Basically, you can see I need to get to this server 127. Use the MAC address router A priority. It has the priority 100. It has a priority 200. It has 100. So whoever has a more priority, it will be active. The IP addresses may be different on both the router, but the virtual IP is the same 172.168.10.110. That virtual IP address can be configured on this machine, on all the machine, as a default gateway. This IP address is neither assigned to the interface of this router nor this, but it's a common IP between both of them, which will be tracked by both the router. If this router goes down, automatic traffic will be switched over from this side. So we configure basically one HSRP group. So for example, you can see vendor code 000.c, HSRP 07 is the HSRP and HSRP 01. That's a MAC address when you see the MAC address of the router. Standby router is a priority, is now in the standby state. Active and standby router inspections. I have not heard any hello messages from the active. I'll assume this active router. So if this router goes down and there are no hello messages exchanged, it will assume this as active standby state. Okay. Now you see router is standby. It is a candidate active router. Send hello messages. Knows virtual router IP address. An active router assume the forwarding router. Send hello messages. Known the virtual router IP address. Configuration is very simple. Standby IP is this running show standby. Some of the other option of configuration. Show standby brief. Okay, the command. So for example, right now what we need to do on this interface, I need to give the command standby and then let's say there is a group 10 IP. So the priority is 200. Okay, and on this side, group must be same. You see show standby brief command on these two interfaces. One is this is a standby router. The active router is 254, which is this one. So you can see both these interfaces are in the same network. Now, tell me, now there is a 1254 here. Communication is going now. Now the address should be 250 on both the sides. And on this side as well. Okay. This is a ping going on. Let's say I shut this interface. So we just noticed two IP addresses, two pings are lost, and the communication is restored. Now, if we trace route, see now the traffic is going from 253 automatically. Okay. Both are going from the 2. When I just no shut that, what do you think the traffic will be going from this way now? It's still going from the other router. Okay. Because if we check the show standby command, so standby brief, this is still standby, even though it has a higher priority. Traffic is still going through this route. This is still active. Okay. So the traffic is still going through the secondary router. If you want that this whoever has the higher priority always is the winner, then what you do is you configure another command which is called preemption. And this is the Kentucky. Standby preemption. So now whoever has the higher priority, you see it's become state. Now because of the preemption command, it check the hello messages, and whoever has the higher priority, it automatically fail back. See, this is active now. See, now the traffic is going from this router. Okay. So preemption is the command, very important command. Mostly people ask in the interview, what is the preemption command? So now what we have configured is 3 commands. 10 by 10 IP, a common IP 250, priority 200, preemption. This side, priority, we haven't configured priority. Okay. That's the virtual backend. Clear?